everybody. Today I'm here to talk about Star Wars putting their spin-off films on hold after Solo's failure. So let's talk a little bit about this. Obviously, we know that Lucasfilm is not happy with the failure of Solo. And hopefully putting these films on hold means that they're actually trying to make better films and not just get back at the audience for not going and watch Solo, because what they should be doing now is actually creating films that people really want to see. And if that's the reason why they're putting these films on hold, I actually have no problem with it, because we'd rather have better films, better executed, and stories that are well thought out, right? However, let's read this article that it's on The Ringer, and it's called "The Fight for the Future of Star Wars." And the article goes like this. 4 weeks ago, the Star Wars franchise was flying casual. Each of the first 3 entries in the rebooted tentpole property, The Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, had more than 1 billion worldwide. And pre-sales and projections suggested that Solo: Star Wars Story, the second Star Wars anthology movie, would break the record for a Memorial Day opening and be very lucrative to Lucasfilm. With the franchise finances seemingly sound, Lucasfilm flexed on the day of Solo's debut. The Hollywood Reporter revealed plans for more spin-off starring a slew of a lot of characters, including Boba Fett flick from James Mangold and Simon Kinberg, the duo behind 2017 Oscar-nominated Logan. Now, I didn't really talk about the Boba Fett film, and again, if they are really done by the people that were behind Logan, I'm definitely on board, because Logan to me was an incredible film. It was a film that has a lot of it was very complex, very heartfelt, and true to the character, even though it might not have been the way that I wanted to see Logan, but I completely understood the story, and I really didn't think they made fun of the character. However, I'm completely on board, but I don't really know if a Boba Fett film would be that interesting, even though I do like the character, but a whole entire film about the character, I'm not sure if it's that necessary, so I'm okay with that. But obviously, I don't know, it all depends on the story and if the movie is good or not. But let's see what else they're saying here. What a difference a month makes. Since late May, such of the discourse surrounding Star Wars has centered on Solo's surprisingly soft release, which featured 84.4 million 3 days domestic take and a steep 65% drop in its second week. Solo, which has grossed less than 200 million domestically and less than 350 million worldwide, will likely be the first film of the franchise to lose money. I mean, it's already lost money, We already know that the movie cost 250 million, and if you add all the advertisement that they had to put on it, it's basically they did not make a profit, and that's why they should be aware of this situation, Let's see what else they're saying here. In assessing the situation, some sources have even invoked the F word, flop, a foreign term where Star Wars is concerned. Star Wars fatigue, which seemed like a hypothetical prospect when we invoked it last winter, now looms as a serious threat. The media is still going with the whole fatigue thing, Obviously, again, they're still trying to figure out why it flopped. And to me, it's very simple. If you actually hear what the fans are saying, it flopped because, in my opinion, mostly because people were unhappy with The Last Jedi. And they just didn't want to go and keep watching. Second of all, a lot of people probably were not completely on board with watching a different Han Solo, a different take without Harrison Ford. So I thought that they should have brought Harrison Ford just to do a quick cameo, I don't know. I don't even know if that movie would have, even if that, I'm not sure if it would have brought more people in, especially because, the upset about The Last Jedi was not taken serious, and now they're just talking about fatigue. It's definitely not fatigue, it's just bad films, okay? However, people saying that, Solo is not even that bad, but because people are so upset, they're not taking, their criticism are not being heard, they just decided to completely boycott the film. Let's see what else they say. Although rumors at least 9 Star Wars movies in development were circulating and recently as Sunday, that's true. It now looks like fear of diluting the franchise's earning power will keep Lucasfilm in line. So I guess that Solo was really an important film to send a message to Lucasfilm that they really should be looking and paying attention, be more mindful of their clients, because but they should stop with this nonsense of fatigue or calling people names and things like that, because again, it's really not fair to put all the fans into this pot of racism and all these ugly things right there, because a lot of people, they're just normal moviegoers and they did not like the film. And even though there are people that like the film, the numbers do not lie. The DVD sales do not lie. The fact that the decline and the even the toy sales declined. I mean, something is wrong, and they should open their eyes and see what is it that they're doing that is not working. And then the article continues by saying that on Wednesday, Collider, citing unnamed sources, which is weird, who is tipping them off, reported that the production company has decided to put plans for more Star Wars story spin-off movies on hold. Now, is this another Disney move just to see how the fans are going to react? Now, sometimes I just think that they're doing this just to kind of, I don't know, like just to say, oh, well, you guys are not going to see Solo, so we're not going to make any more movies. But, I think that they have to realize that there are people out there that are really crazy fanatics. They're doing all these ugly things, such as harassing the actors and things like that. However, this is not the majority of the fans, okay? The majority of the fans just they're asking for good films that actually belong to the lore of Star Wars and respect all we know about Star Wars. That's all people have been asking for. But they're not even listening to this, to people's complaint, right? Are they? They're not. And then now they're saying this thing that is on hold. But again, if they're putting this on hold so they want to sit down and actually plan these movies better, I'm completely on board, because that's what they should have been doing from the beginning, right? Now, if they're just saying that they're putting on hold because they're just trying to, get back at the audience for not going, then I don't think that's going to work. Because again, you still need to please your client, okay? You don't want the brand to die, right? Then the article continues, that may mean no Obi-Wan or Boba Fett films, which is annoying because I really wanted to see an Obi-Wan. But again, if it's a hold, I just hope that they're actually, consider their ideas and really creating an incredible, compelling script for Obi-Wan. Because I think people would rather see Obi-Wan than Boba Fett film. Let's continue. And presumably no further Solo installments, although Solo himself, Alden Ehrenreich, maybe I got the name right, signed on for 2 more films. Not an unusual arrangement, even when an actor's character is killed. Obviously, because you never know, flashbacks and cameos and things like that. On the surface, this sounds like a retrenchment that reflects some uncertainty about what the stewards of Star Wars want the series to be. And then it continues more and more and more. It's kind of a long article. I'm going to put the link below so you guys can check it out. However, I don't want this to be a very long video. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this idea of them putting this on hold. What are your thoughts? Do you think that they're doing this so they want to scare the audience for not going and supporting Solo? Do you think they're actually doing this because they want to plan the movies better? Or do you think, they're just going to focus on other stuff about Star Wars and forget about the films for a while, Because they do have the parks and other things that bring in money. However, we do know that the toy sales are kind of low, but the parks are still very much profitable. However, again, I would love that they are doing this because they're actually thinking about these films, coming up with creative things. It would be great if they could actually expand the universe and with new characters and things like that, and not only rely on the old characters, because again, I have no problem seeing the old characters. That's what I actually want to see. However, I don't think that they're treating these characters the way that we expect them to be, you know. So if that's the way that they're going with it, might as well just create their own characters and start fresh and new, you know. Would I love to see Obi-Wan Kenobi film? Yes, but I also want to see a movie that is pleasing, that is compelling, and a movie that, you know, does not destroy what we already know about Obi-Wan, right? Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this whole Star Wars spin-off films being on hold. I would love to hear your comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.